Hello, greetings once again from Balichka, near Krakow in Poland. Before anything else, I'm going to turn the light on because this is not good. It looks very murky, which suits my disposition, but it's a little too murky for my liking. You could probably always go the wrong way. You could probably see my my dog in the background. Yeah, there she is, Polly. Anyway, so Polly's just made an appearance. Very quickly, and I mean that this time. I'm not doing any other shout outs. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about, but I just wanted to mention, you might hear some of it in the background, that this arrived on Saturday morning. Didn't really have much chance to do anything with it then, or yesterday being Sunday. But yeah, the new Andrew Lyle's To Arrive at Nowhere LP, and this is the first record in the Elite Editions subscription series on Lumberton Trading Company. So we're up and running, right at the end of the year. It's similar to the Base Communion situation last year. That arrived in December. I think that, 1 week ago, the Richard Young's LP arrived, Zulaqrex, of which I've only got 3 copies left here. All the pre-orders have gone. Maybe I've still got a couple to send, but they've mostly gone. And all the copies to Soundome have gone as well. And Nick Hamilton in London, Central Bazaar, and a couple of other places. Maybe out of print. We'll get theirs, I think, at the beginning of January. So I've got a package waiting to go to them as well. But anyway, yeah, they're all accounted for. That's what I'm trying to say. And I've literally got 3 copies of Zulaqrex left to order, to buy direct. So get in fast. Only 150 once again. And that's the second in a trilogy. But I spoke about that in the last upload. And yeah, that LP arrived the previous Saturday morning. And this one arrived this Saturday morning. So Andrew Lyle's To Arrive at Nowhere, complete with a one-sided insert. I'd actually forgotten that we'd done this, but there we are. So it was a surprise. Firstly, when I opened one of the boxes, and again, there are only 150 of these. When I opened one of the boxes on Saturday morning, just to check that everything was okay, I was struck by the fact that there's no shrink wrap on this. I'm sure I ordered shrink wrap. And there are arguments for and against shrink wrapping any CD or vinyl release. I personally prefer it because I just think it helps to prove the fact that it's actually a new, completely new mint copy of the record. Completely unplayed, blah blah blah. But there are plenty of people out there who don't really subscribe to shrink wrap. I personally do, so I was a little disappointed by that. I'm sure I ordered it. Yeah, I'm sure I ordered these records with shrink wrap, but maybe I overlooked it on the order form. Highly likely. Anything's possible with me, so I could have overseen it. So I think about three or yeah, I'm still sending out other orders at the moment as well, but around 3 or 4 copies of the Lyle's LP went today. Maybe they'll reach their destinations between Christmas and the New Year. Maybe they'll get there sometime next week. But you know, it's a go slow this time of the year for obvious reasons, and it's just business as usual for me. Although, you know, of course, I won't be doing this on. Well, the big day in Poland is Christmas Eve, Vigilia, as it's called. So I won't be working then. You know, doing label work or whatever on that day, the day after tomorrow, and I won't be doing it on Christmas Day. You know, we'll have our daughter here and my brother-in-law, so I think I'll be kind of embroiled in family matters, but I'll be back to it probably on Friday, you know, the so-called second day of Christmas, so which is another national holiday, isn't it? It's not called Boxing Day in Poland, but that's what it is, and I know that's usually a working day for many, especially in retail in Britain and presumably America as well, but and maybe many other countries. But here in Poland, it's another national holiday, but it's not known as Boxing Day. Anyway, and the post office won't be open on Saturday, the local one that I use, so I won't be sending stuff again after tomorrow until next Monday. So I've got a little time to work away at the orders for this, and maybe I should point out that the Elite Editions subscription series has sold out after Stephen Wilson's plug the other week, a few weeks ago. The last copies, the last spaces went basically. I might even have over subscribed, so there might be a couple coming. I'm just those that sent orders in the last 2-3 weeks because of the Stephen Wilson plug, unfortunately might have to miss out. I'll see. I held back because I wanted to see if there was a, you know, sometimes you can get surplus stock. Although the order is for 150, sometimes you can get 12 extra copies or 5 extra copies. I think there are 3 or 2. I can't remember. 2 or 3 extra copies. So I was just waiting for, you know, to see how many landed. And I want to amend. Well, I will amend I'll update everything in the shop related to the Elite Editions series, so that those people who need to pay a balance of half the payment, or £95. I think it's £95, and then there are the 3-way split payments as well. I just need to go through everything and prod those people that they need to pay the balance or the next payment in the instalment or whatever. So, but I need to just update everything in the shop first. So I've got a couple of things to do today. I'll probably be doing that before it'll all go out in one email. So this YouTube upload will be in that same email. So here I am talking about something that I need to do that will have happened by the time you see this. There we are. That's the world we live in. So the next release in the Elite Editions series will be the Mott LP. I'm way overdue contacting him. We've got the book to do, his art book and text, and just because things went ballistic in recent weeks with the labels, in the last couple of months, really. I've barely had chance to even do anything with this Mott book, but it's actually almost ready to go. I just need to go through all of the text last time, which I've been meaning to do for the last at least a month and a half, and I haven't had time to do that. And we've got the music for the CD that will accompany the book, and that's also a limited edition as well. I think we're doing 150 of these book and CD packages, or was it 200? No, 150, I think. And I think we've pre-sold 40 or 50, maybe. So I'll be doing a push. I think Nick Mott is quite happy, unlike most people on the label, quite happy to do a chat here as well. So I think I'll be focusing on Nick Mott matters in the new year, first thing in the new year, as well as Grim Humour, the third Grim Humour book. I'm trying to finish that as well. Yeah, and I mentioned everything that's, also happening at the moment. We've got the Edward Ka-Spel, the Sympathy Portal LP in production, Base Communion, Modelbau CD, which is also sold out now in advance, mail order only. That will be going into production first thing in the new year. Even today, we were ironing out some faults and oversights on my part, because we're just priming the master to go into CD production. That means it needs to be made into a DDP, and Sean Organ is the man who's yet again done that or doing it. But I overlooked some information related to that, so he needs to do another one. So gun to the head once again, completely my fault. I think that's it. What else? Oh, and the Tabata Tabata and Tungu, that will be going into production sometime next month. But in the meantime, we've got the Morality, I nearly said Mortality. So Morality compilation, double CD compilation, the Broken Flag reissue, that's happening. And we're also priming another Broken Flag reissue, where we've already done Never Say When on CD, but we're doing a double LP version of it as well, limited, and we're kind of priming that for January to start going into production in January as well. So hopefully it will be out in March alongside the Base Communion. I don't know when in March. It might be middle, it might be late March, but alongside the Base Communion and Modelbau CD, and then there'll be the Tabata and Tungu CD also happening February, March. Another thing that I might do, and maybe I mentioned this last time, is a lathe cut, just very limited, 25 copies, maybe even a couple, maybe one with my group theme. We've got some work that would suit this format, just as a kind of limited 25 copies, maybe one-off kind of remixes of work from the Meditations in Space sessions. But we would, Stuart would make this very different, and he started work on that already, and maybe I'll do another one, another lathe cut. I've still got Andrew Payne in mind for a lathe cut. Also got another person in mind, but I might just do a few, not a series, nothing to be subscribed to or whatever, but just a few lathe cut releases, just quick, easy, but not cheap. They're never cheap. But yeah, just very low key kind of releases, yeah, just to kind of fill the gaps. But yeah, to go back to this, just to round off, is really nice. Obviously, Andrew will have some copies himself, but I'm also sure he'll make it available on his Bandcamp at some point. It collects five pieces per side. Very hard to describe. On the first side, there's one. I was thinking earlier that one side just sounds like the Clangers, you know, trying to do free jazz. So, but it's pretty hard to describe this album, as indeed it is with a lot of Andrew's work. I think it draws from modern composition, but it's still embellished with Andrew's own take on things, and there's still this slightly abstract, absurdist element to it. I always think his work has a lot of humor in there as well, but it's very wry, sly, you know, not that immediate or obvious, you know. So I could be wrong, but I think there is. I mean, even the titles, you know, The Daily Catastrophe, You Got School Tomorrow. Oh dear. Amphibious Assault. That seems a little more serious. Retro hetero. Oh dear. Retro hetero. Yeah, because you're not allowed to be hetero anymore, are you? So, I'm sure it's a reference to something like that, you know. I'd forgotten the titles, so that's really touched the spot. Retro hetero. I think that's how I'll have to announce myself. Fuck pronouns. I'm a retro hetero. Anyway, enough of this baloney. I did want to say one more thing. Thank you to everybody who has supported the releases, the labels, those few brave souls that watch this. So there are some that seem to always watch it. But they write to me privately, but they never comment, and it's really low key. You know, I'm lucky if there are 100 views, and I'm not really aiming. I always think, 100 views, that's a triumph. So I'm not aiming to make this like a huge thing anyway. It's just me promoting my releases essentially, and sometimes other people's releases, and sometimes having a chat with somebody. That's basically it. Plus, I use the channel for putting music snippets from releases on as well. You know, just so people can check stuff out and hopefully buy stuff. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody who has supported everything that the labels have done this year, and in turn the artists and other labels, on behalf of other similarly attired labels, low rung labels. You know, we're all grateful. Well, I presume all the other ones are. Yeah, my various friends that run these kind of small labels: Steve Pittis, Dirta Promotions, Justin, Cold Spring, Taras, Sublime Retreat, Antenna Non Grata, Bocian Records in Poland, Antenna Non Grata in Poland as well. Who else? Ferns Recordings in France. Drone in Germany, lots of people that I trade with, Old Europa Cafe, Italy. You know, I'm sure they're all really grateful. It's bloody difficult doing all of this, as I've said many times. We're really up against a lot now. I think all of us are. But, well, maybe there is an exception amongst some of those people I mentioned, but no, it is bloody difficult. It's always like this, and mostly it's like that for me. So if I get an order in the day, I think, great. So obviously there was a wave of orders with the upcoming Base Communion and Modelbau thing in light of Stephen's announcement, but if he just said buy all of Fourth Dimension Records, maybe it would work the same way. Probably not. So somebody with that kind of profile, did a big shout out for what I do. Well, and Andrew Fern, to his credit, Andrew of Sleaford Mods, they're pretty active again at the moment because they've got a new album coming out next month. I've seen interviews with him, or at least one interview with him recently, where he said, oh, Fourth Dimension Records is a good label, and he was happy to be part of it. I don't know if he will continue to be part of it, especially in light of how long the latest album of his took to materialise. But yeah, anyway, a little mention like that just shows that he appreciated things. Of course, I would happily work with him again because I think he's a really nice guy and I really like his music. And that's always, the golden rule, really. So yeah, I like people to be amenable and I have to like the music. That's basically it. So, and then I'm prepared to, work at the coalface. So, anyway, thanks to everybody once more for buying stuff, keeping me busy with, packing orders now and again, with trips to the post office to see the nice lady that works there, who today gave me a little Christmas present. So, yeah, there we are. I'll be back probably. I don't know if I'll do one of these between Christmas and the New Year. Probably not. So I'll probably be back first thing in the New Year. Maybe I'll mention some of the stuff that's piled up here, of which Mr. Wilson sent me a huge package last week. I collected it from the post office on Friday. Lots of King Crimson remix CDs of his and XTC and a T-Rex single. Very kind. So there we are. And then I had some nice things from Silence in Italy, but I haven't even had a chance to play them yet. So lots of stuff to talk about. So maybe I'll do one of those kind of uploads in the new year. And in the meantime, I need to return to my coffee, which is steadily going cold. So there we are. I really need to stop rambling on these. Anyway, thank you again. And thanks to everybody who supported the Elite Editions series as well. Expect an email about that, about your Andrew Lyle's release very, very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.